Fun Fong. How you doing, man?
Just great. I'm happy to be here with you today.
I'm happy you're here. I have been looking forward to this for quite a while now.
Well, thanks for the invite. It's
Yeah,
great.
man, you know. Well, we've known each other for like, a little while
A little
now
while,
anyway.
yeah.
But I'll tell you, Fun, I want to introduce you to the viewers, man. Can you give them a little bit about yourself?
Well, yeah, I think I'm an emergency physician at heart. I've been doing that pretty much all my wage earning life. I've been doing it for over 30 years now, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been in many different environments. I've been an academic. I've been at Egghead. I've been like an assistant professor before. I've done a lot of contractor work for Department of Energy and CDC, a few other quasi-governmental type agencies there. So I sort of know what it's like to be a Beltway bandit. I've had a diverse life. I can't say that I've earned a whole lot of money in my lifetime, but I've had a good journey. I've done a lot of things I've enjoyed, like being a disaster responder. That was my first thing. I wanted to become a disaster physician.
Wow, really?
And that was before we had disaster medicine fellowships. And I figured out, well, how do we do that? There are no disaster medicine fellowships. And I thought, well, there's this place in Oak Ridge, Tennessee that has radiation accident management courses for emergency responders all year round. So
Yeah.
I said, well, let me just get close to there. So my thought was just go close there, get to know them, and see if they'll eventually take me under their wing. And that's exactly what happened. It was just a vague plan, but it really
But it worked
happened.
out.
It really happened.
Well, Fun, it's a fascinating thing that you bring up here because it's beyond, it's even beyond whole going out to the disaster relief. You as a person, it tells a lot about yourself because that means that you've got this serving spirit about you.
I just like to I like to be on the cutting edge of things. Being a disaster physician was cutting edge at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind being a leader, but I really didn't want the glory necessarily. I wanted to see things happen.
Yeah.
One of the things we did in my professional organization, the section of disaster medicine, we all decided, well, let's get in all government. A lot of us, about a dozen of us, decided, let's get into government. So we did, and many of us, about 6 or 8 of us, got into the governmental realm. And we all got plugged in to some degree. I was in the Department of Energy as a contractor, and
Right.
others were there. And we tried to make some things happen. I think we did. There's still a lot of need out there for that. So that's one thing that we were doing. But basically, I've had an organizational skill set that I've been developing since young adulthood, and it's been growing and growing. And I think that it's gotten to the point now that I think I can go ahead and do other things too now. And I'd like to. This would be my first time to serve elected office for the public.
Yeah, can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm running for state representative for House District 40, and that is a job that I really would be interested in. I would be representing South Smyrna and West Vinings. And,
Beautiful cities too.
Yeah, well, they're nice. I like both. I live in Smyrna.
Yeah.
And I've watched them been there for over 25 years, so I know what it's like. I watched them grow up, and they're basically cities. Certainly, Smyrna is a city with basically a good long-term plan. They've been growing the city slowly and making pretty much good decisions all along. But I would like to be a facilitating factor in that regard, help the community grow, help things progress.
Well, Fun, you often hear from individuals running for office, right? You often hear like their stump speech, if you will.
Yes.
I want to go a little bit beyond the stump speech.
Okay.
What is it specifically that you feel that you would bring to the table as a person if you were to be elected to your represented area?
Well, I think that there are things that disturb me, and this is why I got into the race here, is that I see a lot of forces at work trying to divide us, put us in little tribes, categorize us by color, and all this craziness here, and then set up these ground rules where nothing really makes sense. Does punctuality, is it racist? Is math racist?
Yeah.
Is science racist? Are we only supposed to believe one side of a story and not get to hear the other side? That's not the world I used to live in. In the 90s, as recently as the 90s, it used to be that we could discuss things very easily. That there were two sides, yes.
Yeah.
Even on CNN, you had crossfire. You had someone from the left, someone from the right, and you go discuss things.
Yeah.
And that used to be the way we did things, and we honored and venerated that approach. These days, not so much. Why is that? So I think that I naturally like to unite people, form coalitions, bring people together. And I think that was my special ability, is that I can bring people together to work on common issues.
You know, Fun, you're exactly right, man. You know, and in regard to like my military career, right? We talked about this earlier in terms of like coalition building, team building. It is absolutely fundamental, the importance of building a good team and having someone know how to do that. And you've got a past doing that, don't you?
I've been doing that. I've been the leader in my professional organization with the chair of the section of disaster medicine. I did that for a few cycles and spent really about 6 or 8 years in that leadership chain from beginning to end. And then I've been involved with chess, and I've been the president of the Georgia Chess Association for about 7 years.
I've enjoyed those pictures, by the way.
Yeah, we always teach a lot of kids chess, and scholastic chess. Chess for the Kids is one of our big initiatives that we do. And so I've been working with that. We had great tournaments over there. Some of them had over 1,000 kids at some of these events.
That's awesome. And they're all about it.
Yes.
They're all about this chess.
Oh, they love it. Kids love chess. And now I'm actually at the national level. I'm the executive secretary of the executive board of the U.S. Chess now.
Are you really?
So yeah. So I've been developing and honing my leadership skills all this time. I'm happy to be the secretary. I'm happy to lead when leading needs to be done. I'm happy to be a worker bee whenever worker bees are needed.
Yeah.
I do everything, as you well know.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to play whatever role the job requires at the time. So.
Well, Fun, I want to ask you one more question. And you know, one of the biggest things that I've observed here at KSU in regard to conservative thinking, right, is we have students that are just afraid to come out. They're afraid to come out and say, I am conservative, these are my ideals. They're afraid to push back. If you were to be talking to those conservative students right now and addressing them, what would you tell them?
I think at some point you have to have the courage to be able to speak. I would do it in a way where we have a plan of action, a strategy, and some tactics, and I would go ahead and do that. I think we start out with what you've been doing, the little beachhead, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is it college Republicans that you're
with?
with?
College Republicans.
The college Republicans, and start spreading out from there. Have a network of other groups, and start allowing the idea that conservative thought is a mainstream thought. It should be allowed as one of the different expressions on campus as well. That's the way I would start.
Coalition building.
Coalition building, yes. I think we need to teach the left. They need to have tolerance for different thought.
Yeah.
The thing is, they don't like that, because I suspect what happens is that in the arena of ideas, we tend to win.
Yeah.
So that's my thought about why the left doesn't want to let us speak. They've been shutting us down, and that's a relatively new phenomenon, but it's very alarming that people are allowing that to happen without much of a fight.
Yeah.
So this is a problem.
Well, you know, Fun, for the longest time, we've been coined as the silent majority, right? You know, typically conservatives have been coined as the silent majority. And we can't be that anymore.
Well, you know, it's like this. A lot of us have busy lives.
Yep.
We earn a living.
Yep.
We manage our kids, we handle them, we raise our kids, we do all sorts of things. We take them, we have a big curriculum. We're busy. And in the meanwhile, people are in the background changing our environment. They're changing almost every aspect of life as we know it. Church is bad.
Yeah.
Being punctual is bad. Two-parent homes, that's bad. Why is that bad?
Yeah.
So, you know, we have data. We should let data speak. You know, I've always been kind of a scientist at heart, with scientific method being a physician. I believe we should have data govern what we have, and we should be unafraid to couch the data. We shouldn't try to color it one way or color it the other. We ought to be able to have one way we should have open discussion about this, and Sure, if you have a dissenting view, that's fine. We can go ahead and dissent and agree to disagree.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
A lost art these days.
Yes, very much
Well,
so.
Fun, thank you so much for coming out, man. I have
You're very
enjoyed
welcome.
talking to you.
All right, well, thanks for
You
this
wanna,
opportunity. And
you want to go get a cup of coffee?
oh yeah, oh I would like to say one other thing. That
Please.
I
by
don't know
all
if we have
means.
this 5K that Dorian Griffin and I will be running tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will be ready in time for that, but if anyone wants to join us and cheer us on, it's at the it's at the Smyrna City Hall tomorrow at 8 o'clock. It starts at 8.
Think we can race?
Sure, if you want to.
I mean, it's game on. What do you want to?
can-
What do you want to bet?
If
We're
you-
talking about
if
a
you
cup of coffee. You want to bet a cup of coffee?
You want to race with me?
Yeah, man. Why not?
If you can, if you have the time, we'll do it.
All right.
You'll beat me, but that's okay.
If I have the time, I'm going to race with Fun Fong.
It's all